Okay, Stampscapes Show and Tell. I have a pack of cards done by Swiss Woodworking Stamps and Sales. They were out of Berne, Indiana. I don't know if they're still there or not. I just looked online and there was some information, but I couldn't really tell. They don't have a website or something like this. This is a Amish-owned business, and they were a client of Stampscapes for many years. And the daughter of the owner, I believe, was the one that did these scenes. And I can't remember her name. I don't know if it was Mary or if I'm just kind of remembering that incorrectly, or if that was the name of the store owner or whatnot. But I would see them, I think it was at the Cincinnati show. That's the closest one to Indiana. So I believe that was the show that I would see them at once in a while. I can't remember those. This has been a long time. So this pack came in, I don't know, many, many years ago. It might be, I don't know, 18, 20 years at this point in time. Okay, but anyways, I don't recall posting these on the customer gallery on the website. I'll have to look again. I didn't see it under Swiss Woodworking, but I don't know. These are some really great cards, and I thought I would show them. So, anyways, these aren't the originals, but what they started doing was, I think I had some packs of postcards, and I started doing with the invention of the internet and Vistaprint, places like that, making it easy for me to order pre-printed idea cards, as I would call them. And somewhere along the line, Swiss Woodworking asked, "Hey, can we, have some cards printed up that we can sell in the store?" And I said, "Absolutely." So they sent me a pack of them here, and they have the things that they used in there. But I thought I would just talk about them briefly. Okay, so anyways, this one's using the cabin here, country house, sorry. And then I like this, that it's flanked with the leafless limbs kind of leading into it. And one of the things that they're really doing a really great job of in this one is they're using the white paint pen to really give the trees a nice wintry look. And they just basically drew over all of the trunk and the branches here. So when you're doing that with a paint pen, it's not getting exactly over it, but then that's good because you still see some of the black of the impressions, so you can still see the structure. If it was all completely white, you wouldn't even be able to see it in here. Cloud alto cumulus in the background, and I believe they used, let's see, yeah, spooky branch. This is spooky branch coming in from the left and right corner. Merry Christmas is not a Stampscapes design, but really fantastic for a Christmas card piece right here. Okay. Another Christmas card right here. Maybe this is a pack of, no, it's not a pack of all Christmas cards. So I don't know if they put this in with every one of their scenes or not, or if this was just for my benefit. I don't know. I was posting these types of things in the customer gallery at one point in time, but you can see all that white paint pen work in back of the lakeside cabin here. They've colored in the interior with a warm tone to contrast against an otherwise very cool spectrum in here. The three bare trees down below here, again with the spooky branch up top, and a lot of white paint pen work again. Really great use of lighting in here. It's just a real light, kind of airy piece, and a lot of snow down here with, I'm guessing a white paint pen. I don't know if that's a white paint pen. They might have painted that in there. That looks like more paint to me in this area, especially at that time. There weren't like a lot of like acrylic paint pens at that time. So that's what I'm guessing that one was. Sunrise over the seaside dwellings here with the small seaside cove. A really great glow going on around the background. Soft pines here to kind of balance out the scene. Boulders with trees. Fun scene right here. Oh, they used the curvy branch up top here. Let's see. And the prickly branches. So the curvy branch and the prickly branch is making this kind of dense kind of perimeter up here that really frames off the scene nicely up top like that. And the pond below with the boulders with trees large. This really makes for a nice combination, that pond and the boulders with trees there. If I've seen that used in a combination before, I don't know, but I just notice it here because it's a pretty minimal compositional structure here with just these two stamps right here, and of course the bear has been placed in there as kind of a visual focal point, and a really great use of kind of the layering of different value and colors. There's brown branches up here too, but kind of a really nice kind of light color scheme up here. And just a little bit, here's one of those little tiny subtle things in here. Well, it's not so subtle, but I don't know if, you know, someone would look at this and say, oh, there's this gray line kind of in the contours of the rocks. Now that's something that I put into my rocks so that they have form, and these types of little contoural structural lines defines shape, so they're added in there to add texture and define the shape of the rock. Otherwise it looks like, you know, rocks can look like I don't know, like a piece of bread dough or something like that. So you have to use contours in it, otherwise they just look like a blob. But then what they've done is they've gone in there with a subtle gray to reiterate that type of structuring that's already inherent in the designs. And you can look for those types of things and do these types of things in your rock forms, really on any kind of forms, but it's especially true on the rocks. Here's another one right here with a really great usage of the crooked path leading right to that cabin. And this area in here, we wouldn't think about it too much, but there's probably at least 2 or 3 colors that have been really kind of, I'm guessing, sponge into this area. It's textural though, so I'm not really quite sure of what type of sponging of tone they've added in here. It's in the sun too, so it looks, oh, you know what it is? I think it's a stipple brush that they've used on a lot of these pieces in here, giving it that textural light type of tone in here, like especially like down here. It's not solid, but it looks more like, you know, those, it looks like kind of like a stencil brush, you know, which I think is another name for those stipple brushes. And that's the same thing that's going on here in the water, right in here. But again, some really great use of, I don't know, subtle values and things like that for just a light, airy card. And they're working with that same type of, they probably masked this off and added that sun in the background with a little bit of a glow like that. Oh, and they've taken the geese, and because the 2 geese were too big for this area right here, geese in flight small, they've just used one of them right there. And some fall tones right here with the autumn bank left and right. And this one's like a spring scene, so they've done it in different greens, but you see how you do these, like these 3 trees are all rendered differently. So it goes light, kind of yellow, green, green, yellow, green, light, green. You see what I mean? It's to create separation between the different trees, and otherwise it tends to look, you know, just like a solid mass like that, which a lot of my usage of that design does. I'll have to do that a little bit more distinctly like that once in a while. Again, I really like their use of the lighter tones, and I think they're stamping out these reeds down here by coloring in their reeds with the Marvy pens, because there's multi-toned leaves here in the same impression. I can tell it's not just stamped out in green, then a lighter green or whatever. I can see like a, you know, blade of grass that changes from like a light green to a darker green down here. And then they've probably gone for like 2 impressions each time. They go stamp it once and then stamp it again, and then they re-ink it once and twice like that. But you can see this right here. Here's that kind of separation between the foliage and that shoreline right there. There's a little bit of that dirt right in there that I've rendered into the design that they've added that brown warm tone to right around the edge to create separation between, like I said, shore and water. All right, let's see. Okay, so a fisherman with the looks like early morning, I would guess, or dusk or dawn, maybe. Interesting color with this. It's almost like a pinkish mauve, I would say, but that looks really good. And it harmonizes with things down here. You see how they brought that color right down in here and right around the shoreline a little bit. See, it's the same kind of tone. It's a different value. This one's are a little bit darker, but having these darker edges here kind of pulls my attention to the lighter element, and then it goes up into the sky like that. Interesting thing again too, they've used the migrating birds. This isn't ducks in formation. They've just taken the migrating birds, which is a lot of birds in it, and they've only gone for the one kind of V formation and then a couple of the other formations that are in there. So I like their use of animals, because it would almost be too much, for this space. So you just use, I don't know, the portion of the design that you that fits. And here it is again right here, going in the opposite direction. They've used just a partial area of the birds. Some really great use of the textural element here. Again, I believe it's with the stipple brush. I don't know how they've colored the soft pine here. It might be... It looks light and airy like the stipple brush, but it's just this narrow kind of addition. I don't know. It looks really good though. And here again, there's that kind of that color that's used right in here. So it's not just one color though. It's like 2 or 3 tones in there. 2, I would say. Those red silos, I need to do that too. That looks really good in there. And again, here's that nice kind of built up foreground element down there. Elements, where they're really layered like that. And the final one, tropical piece right here. And there's 2 birds out of, let's see, what's that out of? Is that gulls? Or is that flock? But there's 2, I don't know. Well, let's see right here. Gulls, yeah, it is gulls. It's strange when there's only like 2 out of the, I don't know, 7 birds in there. Yeah. I guess I know. I don't know. That was my guess, the gulls. But I don't know, it just looks so different. But lighter sides of the palms with huts to give top illumination to the structures in there. You see how you use value like this and see this real subtle darkness around here on the perimeter. I usually go darker for me, but you don't need to. See, like this one, these pieces are lighter, okay? So there's a little bit of a darkness around here, and that brings your attention right into the center here. Up here there is a little bit of darkness, but they use the palm frond. Is that palm frond 2 and 3 up here to do that framing for us? So they use a little bit of tone down here, and there is the foreground down here too with the palm fronds, but there's just a slight change of value right in there. So anyway, some really great pieces. Again, I think it's Mary Schwartz that did these ones. I'm not sure, but they would sell these packs of postcards out of their store, and I don't know, just really great work by them or whoever did this. It might be kind of multiple people. They probably taught workshops on how to use the stamps in their store. So I don't know if they are open and you're in the area, Berne, Indiana, maybe check them out. Thanks to them for sending these to me, I don't know, a gazillion years ago. And sorry I took so long to get around to posting them. I don't know, I just came across this pack of postcards. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I had these, and I don't remember where they were. But I don't know, just wanted to share them with you. and hope you enjoyed them. Thanks for watching.